everyone, and welcome back to the Scandinavian Getaway with me, GWFM. We're on episode 5 of Club 4 with IFK Mariehamn. So basically, we're on this screen for a reason. 2 reasons really, just to give us a bit of a stopgap as to giving it anything away. But whilst basically saying, yeah, you can probably tell my voice is fucked. I've been to a wedding at the weekend. A lot of singing happened, especially the high pitch. I don't know why. I can't even remember what song it was. Oh, what songs there were, should I say. But there was something really wrong with my voice afterwards. So basically, yeah, the wedding got in the way of the videos going up at the weekend. I'm going to try and get them out before next weekend. But into the save, I can see 1.5 million in debt. It says insecure at the top, which kind of gives you an indication we might be struggling at some point. But as you can see, we just pissed it, and yeah. Champions League is going to be coming the club's way, so I'm guessing that the money will sort out any financial issues. Now, I was going to do the episode where we had the chance of winning the league, and unfortunately, I think it was HJK at the time, decided to lose a game which allowed us to win. So I thought, oh, something now I'll just play through to the cup final, which is today's live com. But before that, there's been a lot of games happen. I can't even remember who it was that we played before. I want to say it was HJK before, so obviously you can see all the sea of green here with a little blip of yellow in between, and most recently a loss against bottom of the league, IFK football. But otherwise, as you can see, a lot of very big, well, juicy wins, 7-0, 4-1, 4-2. That's not a lot, really. It's only a handful. A couple of close run games. We had quite a few injuries and stuff, and obviously the rules problem that we had with not really enough Finnish players. But I'm not going to go too much in detail because the idea is just to polish off the save. And basically today we've got the SJK Suomen Cup final. I wanted to play this to try and get another trophy at least. And then what I'll probably do is I'll just get through to the end of the season and do the end of season review, if you like. So I'll fire through those last 2 games because they're meaningless, to be fair. Apart from the goal scoring charts, nothing else is really going to be affected. But anyway, let's get into today's live com. And just briefly, this is who we are playing, SJK. This is the record in the entirety of the game so far. So as you can see, pretty much a bogey team, if I've ever seen one. Apart from the last 2 occasions when we destroyed them 4-1 and 2-0. So I'm hoping we can carry that on into the final today and kick some ass, basically. I'm just having a look. Is that... I thought that was Emmanuel Emenike then. A bit of a blast from the past. Right, so here we go for the final. They're playing 4-4-2. They've got a handful of real players left. I've got 2 in the starting lineup. Sorry, 3 if you include Tita, but 2 with real faces. And yeah, it's pretty much the same. There's no new people I can think of that's playing. Let's just get into it, shall we? Right, so I'm going to passionately say that the fans have been fantastic for us. Let's go and win it for them because, end of the day, they're the ones that pay our wages. Well, technically. You might disagree, but basically it's just a case of sea of green. Look at that. It's just a case of just trying to get them up for it, basically. Obviously, they've still got a decent record against us, but in the last 2, we've beaten them. Both teams come into good rate and form. Why am I even talking about this? I'll see you in a sec. Right, here we go. Can we get a victory in the final? It's not an FA Cup, so I don't need to wear my suit. So don't worry about that. But yeah, here we go. Carey's on the ball, and I don't even know why I'm talking. Right, here we go. First highlight of the game. And it looks like it's SJK that's on the ball. Pasodja. Let's hit the bar. That's the kind of look you need. Right, here we go. Sanchez, the goalkeeper for SJK. Passes it short. Now it's an unpronounceable name. Lassas. To Lettinen. Eze. Or Easy. Pasodja crosses in, and it's been all them so far, and they finally do score after hitting the woodwork again, and it's 1-0, and this is absolutely appalling, boys. Let's get some demanded more. That's English is impeccable, G. Right, here we go. They have not even had a shot on target and we're losing, which is very disgrunting. But anyway, Simonson, can he whip it in? He can. They're queuing up the back post, and it's a very tame header. Sent to Sanchez, and that noise sounded a little bit sexual, let's be honest. Here we go. Can we get an equaliser? Mainpart to Pinan. Casually jogs to the ball. And then Simonson just decides he can't best go for that ball. Holmes up against Easy. Easy now. Can he cross it in? He's going to go alone. It's a good save by August in the end. Pretty tame effort. So, but yeah, it's a good job. He's a shit twat, basically. Here we go. Another highlight. Amundsen, Dalgard, chips it forward. Oh, Dalgard wins it back. What can he do now? Can he whip it in with his left foot? He does. It comes to the wrong person. And now Easy finds a Lettinen. Lettinen is one-on-one. What a save from Algerson. Just plucked it out of the air. It's a corner to be played in by Lawal. And Easy heads it over the bar. Too easy for him, you could say. Right, here we go. Mainpar finds Carey. Tapainen chips it forward. Tapainen's been he's been overachieving in terms of his performances recently. But it just suits it. Because he's so quick, it suits his formation. And there it is. Olsen with a header from the Tapainen cross. Just been praising Tapainen. And what a header from Olsen. Gets us back in the game. 1-1. Right, so it's half-time, and I have to say I'm absolutely buzzing my tits off there, because, I mean, a couple of their players are looking unsure / nervous. None of ours are, so I'm quite pleased with that. Now, do I bollock them because we were not meant to be favourites? I'm going to say if we can get a goal, that'll make us favourites. It's usually a pretty decent one in terms of the greenery. Hopefully we can push on and get that winner and finish off this season in Finland with a trophy. Now, I just want to say at this point, basically, that we've got Champions League, but the Champions League has already started, so it won't be till next season. Not next season, as in it'll be the season after or whatever. It's going to be ages, and Roy Simonson has put us 2-1 in front. Get in. So I can't see us sticking around for another year just to play Champions League. So as much as of a draw it is for me to stay, there's no point, because I'm going to have to waste another year basically just to get into the Champions League. And we're not going to win it with IFK Mariehamn, but maybe I can get a team in Iceland. I'm going to aim for Iceland. And oh no, Easy. Get away. Pasodja plays it in, and there we go. 2-2. Not good enough, boys. Show some passion. But yeah, an Icelandic team that's challenging for the Champions League, maybe. Obviously, it's unlikely if there's no job, so I have to wait and see. But yeah, we'll have to see where I can get a job, basically, which team. Right, and now on the hour mark, and is it us on the counter here? Could be. Simonson plays it over for Olsen. Olsen gets away from his man. He's on his own. That's a horrendous effort. Why show that? Right, here we go. I'm about to make a change. Sivajavi, I think is how you pronounce that. Lawal, down the line it goes. Lettinen is there. Can he whip it in? It's a challenge. Oh, Carey, look at that. It's cool and calm and composed to bring, well, not that away, basically. Olsen now, square to Carey, that man just highlighted. Simonson, what can he do? He goes all the way back to Maypat. It's a shocking pass. But anyway, oh, that's even worse. Lettinen now, feeds Easy. Maypat, don't do that again. That's the world's longest highlight here. Amundsen hoofs it long. As usual, we get a lot of success. The defender and the goalkeeper have cocked up, and it's cost him a goal. And what a shit way to take the lead. But I'm not complaining, because it does mean, as I've just said, we're in the lead in this final. So come on, boys. Right, so I've made all my changes. Pontus Asprink's come on. Sivitson and Damtoft. So yeah, basically fitness reasons. The one thing I will say about the cup competition is you don't have the finish rules unless you're going to say that Asbrink is going to finish it. And there was going to be a pun there, but it didn't work because he didn't score. 5 minutes ago, a quick free kick is taken. It's wasted and Lettinen and hoofs it long, but only as far as Amundsen. Lofted forward again. It's headed away by Sagawa to Pasodja. Lawal hoofs it forward. Bodo should get there and does. What's he doing though? He's messing around with it and gives it away. He's obviously been listening to Chili Peppers again. Here's Damtoff, feeds it through Simonson, first time back to Olsen, it tries to feed it through, Amundsen does get it to Dalgard eventually, can he whip it in? Across the back post, and there you go, Simonson. Scores, that surely seals it. Get in, boys, another trophy. Get praised. And there it is, boys. Surely the ref's going to blow 4-2. Comprehensive victory. I was pretty worried. There we go, look at the graphics. That needs to be improved for FM19. It really does. Yeah, the ticker tape, whatever that comes down, fair enough, it's alright. But that is just the most basic stand you're ever going to see. It's like it's been designed on, MS Paint or something. And I should know a thing or two about MS Paint with my old thumbnails and shit. So fantastic, that was really special, lads. No one give you a chance, and we've just destroyed them anally. I just got a couple of achievements there. Cup Glory, do the double. I think it's the first time I've ever got any of them on any of the games, because you usually start too low level. to be in a chance of winning the cup and league double. So yeah, very, very good indeed from my point of view. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play these last 2 games, see what happens, and then we're going to, essentially, we're just going to come back for the end of season review, if you like, part of the same episode. So yeah, see you in a sec. So here we are at the end of the season review, if you like, and we managed to lose the next game against JJK Jyväskylä. I think that's how you pronounce it. Couldn't even score ourselves, just relying on our own goal for the final home game of the season. But then we made amends with a demolition of FC Ilves with 2 late goals from Erik Olsen, giving him a hat-trick and ensuring he actually gets the top goal scorer. I'll get into that shortly. Tobias Damtoft with the other goal. So very, very nice indeed. Looking at the actual league table itself. This is where we finished up. We finished 11 points clear of second place SJK. The team, of course, were beat in the cup final. JJK Jyväskylä are actually not a bad side and actually managed to force HJK down into 4th, but somehow they still get a European spot. I'm not entirely sure why. But okay, it must be something to do with the cup, like the FA Cup is for England. Yeah, Erik Olsen, top goal scorer. A top average rating by quite a bit of distance as well, to be fair. Nice to see Dalgard there, just behind him. Erik Olsen, the top assist maker as well. Didn't get the most man of the matches, though. Nowhere to be seen, it looks like. He might have got a 6 as well as these other guys as well. Clean sheets, our goalkeeper, nowhere to be seen. One thing I want to say as well is just before the last game of the season, we were prompted with the fact of we tied the most goals scored in a season of 86 goals, and we've actually surpassed that by 4 goals. 90 goals in the league season, so we've actually got the record for the Verkausliga. So yeah, very nice indeed. Let's have a look at the individual performances. So I'm going to start with the app makers, and obviously first of all it's Holgersen, 39 apps, basically played pretty much every single game you could think of, barring 2 games at the end of the season. The last 2 games of the season, I just thought, sorry, I might as well give the other guys a run out, and hopefully it'll help. Well, not so much Thomas Sondland getting some improvement, as you can see there, the green arrows. But Nathan De Silva, who's only been here for a coach, really, I thought, oh, I'll just give him a debut, fuck it, be right. Next in line was Erik Olsen, basically became like a first-team striker, 35 goals in 33 appearances, 6 off the bench. That's in all competitions. Very, very, very good striker indeed. Ogbodo played as much as he could. He did have a bit of an international break as well. Playing with Nigeria, which was a bit of a shame. He was missed. That's why we had a couple of close games, like 3-2, 2-1. Yeah, did very well when he was in. Next was Mainpar with 28 starts, 2 off the bench. Royce Amundsen rounded off the top 5 with 26 appearances, 5 off the bench. In terms of goals scored, 4 people in double figures, including Tapainen and Astrom. Astrom are missing quite a large period through injury. When he'd start hitting a bit of form, he was actually the leading scorer for quite some time. But yeah, 35 goals from Olsen, 25 from Simonsen, great signing on loan, the former man, of course, from Finnsnes. And then we've got Astrom with 18 goals and Tapainen with 10. Santos very disappointing, only getting 5 goals. Got quite a few assists. I think they were mainly in the cup games, though, to be fair. And you can argue against weaker opposition. In terms of assists, 3 in double figures, 16 from Olsen, 15 from Dalgard, and 14 from Simonsen, with Santos and Bakhtin getting 8 apiece as well. Very nice to see. Then the biggie, average rating. Erik Olsen leading the way. It's nearly 8 average rating, which is absolutely fantastic. 7.93. Bakhtin actually did very well in the games that he did play. 7.73. It's more the ruling, the Finnish rule of Finnish players, basically, that kind of kept him out of the side. It was a bit of a shame. But when he did come in, he did do a half-decent job. 7.67 from Dalgard, a guy who did seem to play ahead of him. And then 7.62 from Simonsen. And Amundsen, not playing all the games, but did very well when he did. 7.49. Very, very good performance indeed. So very pleased for them. In terms of the players that are out of contracts at the end of the year, you can see there's 3 of them in particular. 2 of the Maloney's. Ogbodo, by the way, is actually joining us in the transfer window, or when his contract runs out, rather. So very happy to have him coming in. Pontus Asprink, I'm letting him run down his contract. He's 32 years old now. He's not getting any younger, and he's starting to decline in his physicals. So a bit of a shame. He's a decent player, but he's on a high wage. So I thought I'll let him go. Rather than sell him and have everyone kick off because there's a team leader, I'll let him just, go out back door or something and it'll be alright. Bakhtin, I don't know if I try and keep him on for another year. He might be out of contract, actually. No, he's not. Never mind. So, who knows? We might sign him on another loan deal. We have to wait and see. But I'm going to have to try and implement some more Finnish players into the squad if I'm going to stay here. In terms of finances, you had a quick look at the beginning. We've actually lost another 200 grand in the meantime. We haven't been given any budgets or anything as of yet. In fact, we're given slightly different budgets, actually, when we actually won the league. But as it were, afterwards, like, you know, this monetary, we haven't been given like a payment of sponsorship or whatever that'll cover that pretty much, because most of it would have gone, would have pretty much covered that, but because I got the training facilities upgraded, that is why we're so much in debt. If you look at the projection, which I know doesn't really mean anything, we are like literally just firing money away, don't know where, but yeah, it's shit. But at the end of the day, it's all about the actual save and what we're going to do. And the next thing we're going to do is look at jobs. And the only job at the moment in Iceland is UMF Selfoss, who are in the division below the top division. They're halfway through the season. The reputation is nowhere near what mine is, because if I just quickly have a look at my reputation is now 50%. It's 2.5 star. So ideally, I need to be looking at the teams in the division above. Let's have a look and see who's insecure. There's only one team, really, and that's this team here, Hafnarf Judur. They're only okay in terms of, stable. But they're 2.5 stars. So there's only a handful of teams that are actually my sort of level. So I've got to like hope that one of these starts doing shit, or maybe just stay for a 2-star. But I'm gonna have to play on, and hopefully in the next episode you might see me at another club, preferably in Iceland. I could go to Denmark, but then I think the prestige will probably go too high, and it might be a little bit unrealistic. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm gonna definitely have a look and see about the Pepsi Dealding manager positions, basically in the near future. Obviously, I'll have to try and make sure we can do something in Finland as well at the same time. But to be honest with you, I'm probably going to be aiming to jump ship as soon as, because I've done what I needed to do. I've achieved all I can achieve, really. I've won the Cup and the League. I'm not going to win the Champions League with them, or Europa League. Not a chance. So we'll have to wait and see. But I suppose that's as good a time as any to end the episode. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, why not go ahead and press that like button? It'd be greatly appreciated if you could. As will be subscribing as well. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. And yeah, until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. I just want to chip in here at this point before the end of the video. Just to let you know that, unfortunately, I'm going to be stopping Football Manager Football Manager as a whole on YouTube. I'll get into my reasons shortly. I'm going to be moving over to Twitch, basically, well, within the next week or so, probably, properly. It's purely for the fact of timescale, and what my current lifestyle like while having a full-time job and having a young kid who's growing up. He's like nearly 1.5 now, and I feel like I'm missing like a lot of spending time with him when I should be spending more time with him. I'm focusing on editing videos and playing Football Manager to get to the next point of recording, whereas Twitch, in terms of my lifestyle purpose at this moment in time, it would allow me to just press play at 8 o'clock at night, say, after I spent all day with him and done stuff with him and gone out and taken him places. It'll allow me just to do what I want to do, which is, you know, well, basically do some form of content. Now, I understand a lot of people aren't bothered about Twitch, and I completely understand if you don't watch anything from us again. So yeah, fair enough. I'll hold my hands up and say, like, sorry about that, guys, but I'm stuck in a bit of between a rock and a hard place, because I do really like YouTube. I like doing the videos. You've probably seen that the quality is kind of scaled down. I've not been doing as many sketches just because I don't have the time. You know, I'm spending so much time not just editing, but it's playing the games to get to the next recording point. And the only way I could do it where it's frequent and consistent, and more than 2 days a week, because 2 days a week isn't going to do anything really in terms of growth and whatever. I've pretty much stagnated in the growth as well, by the way. It's just stopped, pretty much dead. But the only way I can do it is if I say I did, you know, I might play 2 games on episode and then maybe do the next 2 and the next 2, because I just don't have the time, unfortunately. And when it gets to the weekend and I'm using the time, I'm not, like I said, I'm not spending the time with young, and it shouldn't be like that. I should be focusing more on on me, lad. This is just me that's saying it. No one else has said it to me. I know it myself. So it's something I feel I've got to do, and it's what I'm going to do for myself more than anything, because, and you know, just because it's the right thing to do, really, in my opinion. I've been kidding myself into thinking I could carry it on going. I am keeping the Leeds thing going, the Leeds reviews videos, because it's only going to be one a week and there's no like playing in between. So there is that. So if anyone is a Leeds fan, then you'll still see me sticking around. So because this episode, as you've just seen, it's the end of the season, I am going to continue on Twitch the series from now on, basically. If anyone does want to jump along until FM19 comes out, of course. If anyone wants to come across and watch us, then it'd be greatly appreciated. But I would definitely understand if Twitch isn't your thing. Yeah, but just want to say thank you very much to everyone and anyone that has actually supported this channel at any point for the Football Manager. It's greatly appreciated. I want to say a special mention to Bood FM. I know sometimes he gets a bit of bad press and what have you, but he's such a sound lad. He's helped us out with so much in the Football Manager YouTube scene, and you probably already follow him already, and those of you who watch me anyway. But honestly, he's a top lad. He puts top content out, and he's just fantastic. Basically, he's always been fantastic with me, and I've got no complaints whatsoever with him at all. So yeah, cheers for that, mate. Bood, mate. A few other people obviously have helped us out in the past, but no one as much as him. But to everyone else who has helped us, legends, mate. Legends, lads. Cheers. But yeah, hopefully, you know, I'm going to step up my game on the Twitch side, because I have been doing Wednesdays and Sundays on and off, it seems, recently, with the Cola Crew lads and the Network Save. And I've got a bit of a taste, and it is fun, and maybe I've been sort of convinced that way as well, in terms of it helping my decision. But it just makes sense to go that way, because it's just plug and play. Basically, just press play and away you go. Could be like I say, 8 o'clock at night, just start. I don't have to worry about editing or anything like that. So it seems to make sense for my current situation. So I hope you guys understand, those who might be a bit disappointed. But yeah, fantastic times in the past. I'm sad to see the channel stop doing Football Manager. And who knows, maybe I'll be back in the future, but I've got no time scale as to what it is. Because even when the young lad goes to school, he's going to school the time I go to work. I don't work like late or anything like that, where I can get some recording done or editing done or whatever. So it's going to be like this for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. So I have to bid farewell. So how many times can I say so? But until next time, after a long intake of breath, which might be never, it might be a while, unless you're going to see us for the Leeds videos. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.